Hey Pisces, thank you for joining me. This is a reading for love for all of 2017. This reading is true for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, so I'm super excited to be able to read for you guys. I already pre-chose the cards. I don't know if I'm going to include that in the little window here. I usually do, so I'll show you how I chose them. But here is your reading for 2017 for love. So we took a look at your overall picture in the 2017 overview reading, and I think for you the primary kind of point of interest is setting personal goals and personal boundaries in order to achieve the things that you want to achieve in life. So this is a certain degree of determinism that you're taking on in your life, and you're like more empowered or more motivated to work for yourself or to achieve what you want to achieve and just push forward and kind of put your foot down on things. Now this reading is true for you if you are in a relationship or if you are not. If you're in a relationship, this part of the heart represents your experience, and this part of the heart represents your partner's experience. Now if you're a single Pisces, this part of the heart represents the experience of the soulmate or the ideal partner for you, and what they are going through right now. So this information is very helpful for you to understand what is happening for that person at this time, why they're not with you at this time, and what kind of energy you can give to them, because you're already linked by the heart, by your energetic vibration. So in order to help them and facilitate for them the reconnection of your being with theirs, you can watch this part of the reading explained and understand what is happening for them so you can reciprocate and support them. Now I did pick 3 oracle cards as guideposts for this reading. Remember, this whole reading is for 2017. I'm only using the higher arcana, so these are big topics and big information. The first message is from the Love Oracle. So this is Cosmic Butterfly. The Cosmic Butterfly, remember, reminds us that we always move from one state to another, and we improve, meaning that we grow from one state and then we blossom, and that blossoming process allows us to become better than what we were before. So this is the main message of your reading for 2017, that your love is actually transforming at this time, and you have to allow it time for it to grow. If you pick apart a cocoon before the butterfly is ready, then the butterfly will not be a butterfly yet. So you have to make sure that there's a certain degree of tolerance that you apply to your love life and to your experience and your partner's experience within it. The next message is Universal Love Tarot Oracle. So here is spiritual growth. Yes, for you, definitely spiritual growth is a main message, Pisces. If you take a look at your reading for 2017, you will see that it's all about spirit, meditation, expansion, going after what you need to go after, but being really mindful of the world around you, spending a lot of time alone in order to create what you need to create as an expression of who you are, stepping into yourself and empowering yourself. And alongside that, for Pisces, of course, there is always some spiritual growth, especially true for January to February, when the sun is in Aquarius and also in your 12th house. Let's take a look at the Doreen Virtue Romance Angels. So free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Really powerful message, and really resonates deeply with the whole reading for 2017. It's time to take back your life, Pisces, and in your environment there are Cancerian and Aquarian people who are supportive of you. And whether you know Cancers or Aquarians, that's not really relevant. The general energy is one of compassion and empathy for your needs. It's time for you to take a stand and go after the things that you want in your life, and the people around you will help and support you and understand the things that you need to achieve. Now, you have to make sure that you put your foot down a little bit more and be less complacent to other people's points of views. I think that this card is really, really connected with your energy flow this year. This is Pisces being a little bit fiery in 2017. You have definitely this opportunity to transform and grow, but it has to do with you being able and willing to free yourself from things that were not working or not becoming of you in the past. The central point is the starting point of your relationship. This is where you are with your partner currently, or where your relationship resonates at the beginning of 2017, whether you know that person or not. The first message is Temperance. Okay, so with the Temperance card, we have the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the last token that I picked for your 2017 overview reading, believe that. Sagittarius is the active combination of various different influences, such as spirit and emotions, and combining them to produce a specific outcome or success. The Temperance card is ruled by Sagittarius, as I said. It's taking the separate qualities to produce a synthesis or an outcome. Sometimes mulling over ideas. Compromise is a big part of Sagittarius as well. And this is where maybe for you, you move on from. Maybe your ability to compromise, your ability to see both sides of the coin is in some way affected by the fact that you have a certain mission this year. Your mission is individual and it's not collective. And so you are actualizing whatever it is in your heart to push forward into 2017 and make it happen. Now, I do feel from the overview reading that this will not happen for many of you in 2017, but the framework and foundation you're going to lay down in 2017 and reap the benefits and rewards in 2018. So here we have the beginning of the year in which it finds you really compromising. Maybe ideas have started also coming into your head about project ideas or things you want to achieve, but you still have to free yourself. You still have to grow into who you will become by the end of the year. And so this is a great starting point. Also, your partner will be growing as well, having their own experiences and their own influences, seeing new things come out for them, new resolutions, or seeing new opportunities come through with new outcomes and new synthesis that matters to them. The first, these two cards represent your ideal experience in a relationship. This is basically what you want out of a relationship this year. So your first message is the Star. That's beautiful. You're looking for your soulmate, you know, and you're looking also for serendipity, the ideal relationship, harmony, understanding, mutual love, and trust. The next card is, so here we see the Strength card. And so the Strength card represents animal instincts. So you're also looking for a very natural, very honest relationship between yourself and someone else. So one in which cultural constructs are kind of removed from the equation and you move freely and effortlessly through your togetherness with them. So you're looking on the one hand for a natural expression of your desire and love. Strength also governs lust and passion. So you're looking for sexual connection and deep sexual bond. And then the Star is looking for metaphysical connection, spiritual connection, understanding. And so I think that these things for you are very important, both on the physical and the metaphysical plane. You want that partner to be able to be there for you and support you and connect with you in this honest way through these different two modalities. This is what your partner hopes to have out of a relationship. So if you know your partner, then you can know what their expectations are. If you don't know your partner, then this coincides with what their expectations are in you, and they're waiting for you and they're waiting to connect with you, so you know what energy that you are working towards providing for them. This is for a twin soul, twin flame, soulmate type relationship, for the ideal partner, what you have to exude, okay? So here is your first message. We have Chariot. So the Chariot is very powerful in love. It talks about overcoming and also consolidating lessons of the past. I think that your partner is looking to really get past things. This could really signify that there's been a long karmic history between you and him or her. And so definitely the Chariot is a point of your partner being ready and willing to move past any bones of contention or any problems that you have had in the past. In fact, I think that both partners, both yourself and your partner, are in some way rising to the challenge. You're looking to have a fresh start, a new beginning, a positive continuum to your relationship. Let's have a look at the other card that I picked for your partner. So here we see the Magician. So I think that your partner really wants to make things happen, or they want to see you make things happen in the relationship. There's this kind of emphasis on kind of a certain degree of chance and good luck and opportunity coming through. I want it to focus so you can get a good look at him. So I think your partner wants either you or them or the both of you together to express magic, create transformation and movement in your relationships. In fact, I think that if there has been any problems in the past, you both have a very good attitude towards your relationship in 2017. Both of these hopes are very idyllic, they're very positive, but I don't think that they're too controlling or restrictive of each other's freedom. In fact, I think that maybe your partner, to a certain degree, may want some distance at this time. Maybe there's a call to action that they have to achieve. Now, this does not mean that they want to break up. This means that they actually want to foster themselves. Maybe there's some type of experience that they are having or a lesson that they're going through. And so maybe if your partner is in some way insisting that they have to take some time to go explore, it's a really good idea for you to allow that. Remember that Aquarian / Cancerian 8th house in your general overview reading for 2017, it really resonates deeply with having compassion and understanding for your family and friends and also loved ones. So if your partner is seeking some type of spiritual quest, maybe they want to go travel for a month, or maybe they want to do this and that, well, maybe this is your mark that everything is perfect, everything is fine, and you can trust them to explore themselves. And through allowing them to explore themselves, then that adds to the relationship, right? So here is your next step in the relationship. This is the next stage. So in fact, you get the World card, so you get the travel. This suggests that for you, there's going to be quite some opportunity for you to break out of your community or your surroundings to go in a different direction and try something new or something different. The World says that there's a world of possibilities for you out there. I think that taking a break this year is a wonderful opportunity for you. There's a great energy for you to just kind of get away, to kind of get into your space, get into your creative juices flowing, etc. So I think that as much as you love your partner, as much as you love the connection, there might be some type of need to cocoon, to protect yourselves from both sides, I think, to protect your ideas, to allow them to grow and grow into themselves. Now, if you don't know your partner, you might be taking some wild trip in hopes that you are going to run into them along your journey. So there's this kind of tentative hope that you are going to become in some way exposed to that ideal person, that ideal connection along your way. The next stage for your partner is... So your partner is looking at the Devil. So this means that maybe your partner is looking for a more carefree time at this time. Maybe he's gone or she's gone through some larger life transformations recently. And so maybe some very serious times, maybe some things have happened that were in some way really in need of his attention or her attention. And now maybe they're looking for something to be a little bit more superficial and a little bit more restrictive. Maybe as you branch out into the world, then your partner becomes a little bit insecure. So the balancing act will be about you kind of setting your own standards and setting your own boundaries while still trying to show respect for your partner's feelings. If you don't know your partner, then your partner might be experiencing anxiety at this time. They don't know why, so it could be really quite nerve-wracking or really quite intimidating for them. So it's important for you to focus and send them positive love energy and assure them that you're not going anywhere, that everything is fine, that you're just exploring yourself. So you have to kind of free yourself, and still, as you are freeing yourself, show respect to your partner and show respect and understanding to their emotional needs, okay? The next two sets of cards are talking about advice that you can take on this year in order to improve your relationship with your partner. So the first card for you is, so we have the Hierophant. So there is some type of agreement or some type of rules that you might choose to participate in. For some of you Pisces, getting married is really a good idea at this time, especially if you're kind of breaking away, doing your own artistic things. Maybe marrying your partner, especially if it's been a long-term relationship, in a certain way can solidify and reinforce any anxieties that they are experiencing. Maybe for some of you, going to school will reinforce that relationship as well. The Hierophant does govern school. The Hierophant is also about community, so you can ask yourself this year, am I actually building a good community with my partner? Am I supporting their needs? Because I think that the priority for Pisces this year is going to be the self. So you're going to have to continually remind yourself, am I actually working in a team with my partner still? And so you can adjust that and reprimand that wherever that need is. The second piece of advice for you for 2017. So we have the Lovers. And so again, as you are freeing yourself, as you are going on your individualistic journey of success and prosperity that we saw in 2017 overview, there's also a need for you to recognize the feelings and emotions of your family and friends and build upon that relationship as much as possible and whenever it needs it. So yes, of course, you know, you have to go after your own things. You have to be excited about your own life. But here the Lovers is telling you that there are people who really care and adore you, and you have to remain to a certain degree consistent to their emotions and feelings so that you don't trample them with your individuality or whatever it is that you are asserting here. The next message is advice for your partner. And so here we see the Wheel of Fortune. So there's some type of fortune or success that should be coming into their life. I do feel as though that they need to take more of an attitude of abundance in order to allow and facilitate a happy life to permeate through for them. So if you feel that your partner is somehow being down on their luck, continually try to encourage them to be optimistic, positive, and hopeful about your love life. Also, if you don't know your partner, then again, you can match them vibrationally by focusing on their energy and bringing in that energy towards you in a certain way. So bringing in that energy and encouraging them to think positively about you and your time together and the possibility of you connecting in this lifetime and the possibility of you sharing that bond once again. The next piece of advice for your partner is the Tower. So your partner does need to make a certain degree of change. Maybe this has to do with the Devil. Now, for some of you, this will mean that your partner has a substance abuse issue that they have to face at a certain point in time this year. For the majority of people, it's not going to be the issue. The Tower says that your partner has to change their way of thinking at a certain point. I think this also has to do with the Wheel of Fortune, because I think I get this sense, or the channeled message is the fact that your partner is in some way feeling as though they are down on their luck. If you know your partner, this can be very annoying to be around, especially if you're feeling very motivated and ready to learn spiritual lessons and to grow into yourself. If you don't know your partner, then you can sense the anxiety that they're vibrationally putting out into the world. So maybe you can sense that your partner is in some way erratic, in some way unable to maintain consistency, and so therefore really try to soften this Tower for them, whether you know them or not, and really throw them compassionate, abundant, understanding energy. It's really nice for you that you have Chariot in your 8th house of family and friends. This means that you also have the disposition of understanding other people's feelings and needs, and you're prepared to give that to them this year. Here is your next message. This is the outcome for 2017 for love for you and your partner. So we have the Empress. I love this card. So this really represents you taking the lead if you're a female, your partner taking the lead. Also, the rules of the mother are very important at this time. So whoever's mother or mother-in-law is involved, they're kind of in in charge. And so this is at the end of the year, it's really about the matriarchy of your family and how that functions, and really be attentive and listening clearly to the lessons that are being given by your mother or mother-in-law. So older women in your family are really informing you as to the truth that you want to carry forward and giving you good information. Also, this is your time of abundance and creativity, and this is you really growing into yourself, of your creative abilities and your ability to create and make some beautiful things in your world. Now, Pisces is incubating a lot this year. There's a lot going on below the surface. And so this kind of creativity is going to only increase well into 2018. And so as you grow into yourself, free yourself into creativity, then your partner has to learn to support that. But also your responsibility is to provide your partner with understanding, because that might not be their path this year. At the end of the year, there is a deep connection, a biological connection, a physical connection between you and your partner. If you haven't met your partner yet, then you will be creating for the purpose of reconnection. So your creative efforts, whatever it is that they are, whether it's arts and crafts, fine art, music, writing, whatever you do is going to be pushing you towards that connection. So embrace your creativity, move forward in creativity, be it together or apart. You'll feel very abundant and rich and in touch with nature. This card is also telling you to reach out to nature as much as possible. So please embrace the possibility of that as well. Anyway, Pisces, I hope you liked this reading. Thank you so much for sticking it out with me, and I hope that you enjoy 2017. I wish you the best of luck in your love life, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Give me a like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.